Less than 24 hours after he relinquished his Olympic title, Joseph Schooling has thanked Singaporeans for their support. In a short Instagram post that's garnered over 31,000 likes and 1,500 comments, he wrote, "Thanks for all the wishes and support. It means the world to me. I'll take some time to process everything and get back to you as soon as I can. Much love from Tokyo, Majulah, Singapura." Through victories and especially in defeats, we must continue to support Singapore's national athletes. Well, that's the message public figures have urged in the wake of sad losses in swimming and table tennis last night. In a Facebook post, President Halimah Yacob said, quote, "One moment we carry people to the highest pedestal, yet the next moment we thrash them to the ground just because they fail to live up to our expectations. Yet we would ask for dispensation for ourselves if we did not achieve something which others expect of us." Culture, Community and Youth Minister Edwin Tong acknowledged the efforts of Schooling and Kwa Cheng Wen, but more importantly, stressed that, quote, "As for the rest of us, we have to continue to support them. Cheng, Joe and all our sporting talents, even as they stumble and fail every so often. We cannot be fair weather about this, enjoying the glory when they do, but criticizing our athletes when they don't." And sports commentator Mark Richmond, who also holds a post at the Singapore Sports Institute, had this to say about Schooling. "I remember in 2016, we all proclaimed him as a favourite son. Now it's time to put those words into action and treat him like a son. And all parents know when our sons and daughters fall short, we don't shun them. We embrace them and welcome them home with love." And this moment between Schooling and his coach encapsulates just that. Coach Sergio Lopez writing on Instagram, "Over 10 years ago, we crossed paths in this beautiful life for something more than just being perfect. Thank you for this amazing and interesting journey. Let's keep moving forward." The Straits Times' Associate Sports Editor Rohit Brijnath has a commentary out as well titled "Let's Not Forget the Ride Joseph Schooling Took Us On." Connecting from Tokyo are Rohit and sports correspondent Sazali Abdul Aziz. Hi guys. Messages of support for Schooling and his fellow Team Singapore athletes coming in since last night. There's disappointment in their setbacks, but what's the important thing to remember here, Rohit?
Look, I think there has been mostly tremendous support, and it's a really gratifying thing to see. I think that athletes here, I cannot even tell you how hard they've been trying. I've seen Singapore athletes cry. They've been weeping. They're intense. I mean, everybody's giving their best. And I think fans are entitled to feel disappointed, but I think they've also got to remember these people are doing their best. I mean, Joseph didn't have a great swim, but he's doing his best. And I think athletes sometimes get a little bit nervous because they're worried, how is our country going to react? And I think Joseph today, he told us, he told Sazali and me that he was actually really moved, and that he felt a lot of empathy from Singaporeans.
Guys, you both spoke to Schooling earlier on. Now, we saw his social media post. He's still processing what happened. But did he give you more insight, Saz?
Yeah, yes, he did. He was in a reflective mood when we spoke to him. He knows his times in Tokyo have not been good. He knows there's a lot of work to be done. And basically, he's told himself that he needs to trust his coaches and trust the process more. He identified a couple of things about the preparation and about the journey to Tokyo, which he felt he could have done better. He didn't elaborate in fine detail, but he said, he and his coaches have, or rather he and his coach and his team have sort of looked back at the last 15 months and seen a couple of things they can work on. Having said that, he is still resolute. He says compared to exactly about 2 years ago when he was at the Guangzhou World Championships, he's in a much better place now physically, mentally, how he approaches races, and he just wants to keep moving forward.
And on that, looking ahead, Rohit, how clear is Schooling about his next steps? He was determined that his swimming career wouldn't end with last night's performance.
Yeah, I think he's very clear. I think in his body language today, in his words, it's very clear that he still has speed left in him. I think what happens often after defeat is that, obviously athletes are really stung. They take a little while to think about it. And I think, when he gets back to Singapore and, he has a solitude of SHN, he's going to really think about what he needs to do. But definitely, I think he wants to show people and he wants to show himself that he can still be fast.
And with all these plans, how does national service fit into all these, Saz?
Yeah, we did ask him about national service as well. And this is not the first time we have spoken to him about national service. He's been very frank. He's been very open. He's been very at ease about the reality that at some point he will serve his national service. He just says he hopes it will not come before he gets a chance to rediscover that speed and get back to where he thinks he can be. Because right now he believes as he said, I quote him, he says there's a lot more left in the tank. Hangzhou Asian Games is a real possibility for him. He's defending champion there. He's won 2 gold medals in the 100-meter fly. So, for him, he would be, upset. He would be a bit disappointed if he gets called up for national service before that. But yeah, for right now, I think that the only thing in his head is he wants to make that climb back to the top.